Welcome to Rockabilly Rumble, everybody. The interviews, and we're here in Thousand Oaks, California. It's about 105 degrees out here in the shade, and we are in the sun. But today we're going to talk with John Martinez, who built this fantastic Ford pickup truck. John, can you tell us a little bit about the truck, or a lot? You can tell us everything you know about this truck. You know it inside and out.
Well, it's a 1929 Ford Model A. I bought it in pieces. I've had it I've had it since 1993. And it was about a 17, 18 year build with a lot of adversities along the way. But I got it done. It's got a small block Chevy, 4-speed overdrive, whole lot of fun to drive, and I show it and drive it.
Now, you say built in pieces, and for some of the aspiring car builders, you can order every part of this vehicle and have it shipped to your house. All you have to do is bolt it together. So which parts did you build and ship and bolt together?
Well, basically it was an original truck. The cab the cab and the doors is actually the only original pieces. Everything else is reproduction pieces, easy to get. But they're pretty dead on, and so that's all steel, and you can call up, you can order, and that's how things are done these days.
Fantastic. And you've done the pinstriping on it, and it's very classy pinstriping, I might add.
Actually, I got to correct you on that. This was done in 2010. I didn't know how to pinstripe then, and a mutual friend of ours, Rick Grindle, is the one that actually striped this whole thing. Wherever striping is, it was Grindel's hand, and unfortunately, as we both know, we lost Rick not long ago. So it was Rick's hand, and that's how I learned how to stripe, through his influence.
Yeah, we both knew Rick well because he was a member of the Yakety Yaks Car Club, and I used to attend their Wednesday hang at the Stars Hamburger.
Yeah, yeah.
You had some funny stories about Rick because you asked him, how do I do this? And he said,
Rick was a funny guy. I says, Rick, I want to learn how to stripe. In 2013, I picked up a brush after doing everything I could do with this on the show circuit that I thought. And I went to Rick. I says, Rick, I want to learn how to stripe. He says, buy a can of paint, buy a brush, and practice. And that's all he would tell me.
That's great. Now let's talk about the innards of this truck. What's the motor, and what cubic inch and so on, and the suspension? Give us the car guys a little tour of the inside.
It's got a small block Chevrolet, 385 horsepower. Technically, the transmission, it's a 200 R4 overdrive. It's got all the best stuff in it. And as far as visual, it's pretty stock looking. The inside is all traditional hot rod stitching. Left all the Henry Ford wood inside, and it looks like a truck that was buried in a barn for a lot of years, and some kid just kind of tweaked it a little bit and brought it back to life, and that's what I was trying to do.
Well, that's wonderful. It's a great paint job. I love the gray wheels against the black, but you're going to change all of that. In what way?
Well, I was talking to a painter yesterday at a show, and I think I'm going to reshoot it in another suede color, but maybe you do an accent of pearl, something a little bit different, reinvent it, and see where I go with it.
And you've won trophies everywhere, and with this new paint job, you plan to win more trophies, I'm sure. But tell us about your past winnings.
Well, it's been shown for 5 years. I've won some of the major shows, and yesterday was my 58th win with this. So it's got a lot of credential, a lot of history, and like I say, I've won some of the big shows, and pretty proud. I never thought it would go this far.
That's fantastic. Well, Jersey Mike's going to get some close-ups of your engine later on, and the fabulous chromed undercarriage, and talk about the gauges you have in there.
I got Moon Eye gauges. Moon Eye's been around for many years. Yeah. Moon Eyes is iconic, and when I was putting this together, by the way, I had a lot of help putting this together, a lot of adversities doing this project. But Moon Eyes was not out of the question. I knew that's what I wanted to do, and I've had a lot of compliments with the Mooney emblem.
Well, I grew up with putting moon decals on everything I carried to school.
I did as a kid. Sure.
Yep, we love those moon eyes. We love moon hubcaps. I got 3 of them on my new Move 53 Ford wagon. I'm looking for a 4th.
Funny you say moon cap. I just pinstriped one and gave it away as a best of show yesterday at a show. So I've painted a few moon eye hubcaps. That seems to be kind of a thing to do that pinstripers are doing, and I'm doing it.
Well, if I entice you with a cooler of Budweiser or PBR, would you come over and pinstripe my moons for me someday?
I'm all over it.
All right. So here we are with John Martinez and his fantastic Ford truck, and we're signing off from the Rockabilly Rumble interviews.